Sony's premium line of headphones are back on the iFixit teardown table, and this time we're looking at the new WH-1000XM6. These headphones are getting a lot of love from reviewers for their excellent noise cancellation and improved audio quality, and a lot of you watching this video may be considering buying a pair. But before you run off to the store, you might want to stick around to find out how repairable these $450 headphones are. These wireless headphones run off a single rechargeable lithium polymer battery embedded in the right ear cup. Batteries are consumable, so being able to quickly and easily replace this battery is high on my repairability wishlist. As for the hardware, the XM6 adds 4 noise-cancelling microphones when compared to the XM5, bringing the total up to 12. Paired with the new QN3 chip, the XM6 delivers superior real-time noise suppression. Let's go ahead and start this teardown. The ear cushions, probably the first things to degrade over time, pop right off with some gentle pressure. A win for repairability and general hygiene. The drivers and the 2 noise cancellation microphones are surprisingly exposed, a stark reminder that these headphones are not rated for any kind of moisture ingress. I'm opening up the right ear cup where the battery lives. That means removing the 5 Phillips screws, all clearly visible and unobstructed. That did something alright, but the plastic plate still isn't free. This little rubber plug here holds the answer. Popping it out reveals a flex cable and connector that I need to very carefully remove. That releases the mid plate and gives me my first unobstructed view of the interior. Let's disconnect that JST style connector and look at that, a super easy driver replacement process. This year's battery is not only encased, it's held down by 2 screws instead of a consumable adhesive tape like we found on the XM5. It's a very welcome change that will make battery replacements much easier too. But the gold standard for battery replacements are still the Fairbuds XL. Check the link in the description for a repairability comparison of the Fairbuds XL, Sony's XM5, and III TMA2s. The battery pack is rated for 3.99 watt-hours, which surprisingly is less than the XM5's 4.56 watt-hours, yet both offer around 30 hours of playback with ANC activated. USB-C ports are another common failure point, and it's nice to see that not only is Sony still keeping this component on a separate module, but it's now easier to access and replace too. Opening up the left ear cup is a very similar process. Again, we have 5 screws and a gasket leading to a flex connector. This ear cup houses the brains of the XM6, and it's where we'll find that new Sony QN3 chip that's responsible for delivering noise cancellation. We also have the headphone jack and power and ANC buttons on an easily accessible module separate from the mainboard. Yet another win for modular repairability. All that's left is an interconnect board and capacitive touch board in the right ear cup, along with 4 ANC microphones in each cup. The last thing I want to consider from a repairability perspective is the cushion surrounding the headband. Just like the ear cushions, the headband gets sweaty and smelly and the material will eventually break down. Most headphone manufacturers sew these cushions in because it's cheap, easy, and low profile when compared to zippers or Velcro. But that's also why it's a bit of a chore to replace. Either you have to sew in a replacement, or you have to replace the entire headband, which itself is usually not an easy thing to do. So how do Sony's XM6s stack up? It's a small but solid step forward. Replacing glue with screws for the battery combined with the modular and accessible drivers and ports are all real wins for repairability. Sony even released the right to repair manual for the XM5, which bodes well, but with no parts available for that model and no clear roadmap for the XM6, your right to repair these headphones still feels more like a promise than a plan.